Showing your roof ladder. And that's actually all that's holding that ladder, that and the roof vent. So that there, I did climb onto the roof of the tower because of that ladder that way. I didn't have the ability with me that day to rig it to where I could go ahead and climb up to the top. Safety climb device should be a positive safety climb. There is a safety climb cable on there, but it's got several layers of paint on it, and the safety climb kept sticking on the way up there. So. Ladder obstructions. This one here was 50 inches above the platform, so that ladder should come on down a little lower so that you can get onto it without having to climb up on the railing to get onto the ladder. I couldn't check to see if this one had a riser grate in it, again, because I couldn't get up to the top to open the hatch, so I don't know whether it does or it does not. Security, since the 9/11 scenario, they've really started pushing on physical deterrence to get into around these water towers. State of Indiana normally goes after you having at least 2 out of the 3, and the 2 out of the 3 that most people are doing are the fence around the bottom and the ladder gate on the ladder. You do not have the fence around this one down at the park, but you do have lighting down there, and you do have a ladder gate on the deal. So I don't know if it's locked up on top, but structural conditions, we look at anchor bolts, foundation, wind rods, metal loss. This tower has went quite a while since it's been painted. Quite a bit of degradation. So this is, wind rods did look okay. I didn't see anything out of compliant there. And on the coatings, the different things that we look at there, I checked the exterior leg. What I did find is that this tower does have lead paint on it. The roof had enough paint on it, but it wasn't susceptible for an overcoat. So you are looking at having to do an overcoat with a full blast, a shield over it with containment. I didn't get to look at the inside, but I can only imagine what the inside looks like if it was done the same time that the outside was done. So my recommendations for the south tower is to add a new mixer, upgrade the riser access manway, upgrade the vent, roof access, replace the ladders, safety climb, do an interior blast and paint and an exterior blast and paint with lead containment. So that was the south tower. Is there any questions on the tank itself? About what's okay. North tank is 200,000 gallon tank. It's a little newer. I believe it was a 81 model. So it's got a lot more of the upgrades that are in compliance, but there are a couple of things that aren't in compliance. Does not have a mixer in it. And I'm not going to go through all the codes again. I'm just going to show you the pictures. This is actually shots of the water inside your tower. This is the biofilm starting to grow. This was in April 16th. These tanks flip because of the aged water, just like ponds do in the spring and the fall. So you're best to try to keep this overflowed off of there and get that old water off, or put a mixer in so that you don't have to worry about aged water inside the tank. The vent is not a compliant vent. It doesn't have the frost-free vent on it. The egress is only a 14 on the riser itself, and that should be a 24. This is the hatch up above. It is a 24-inch. It has everything except the seal. The overflow pipe comes all the way down to the ground like it should and has the vent screen on it. The railing is 42 with the 24-inch and the kick plate, so that's all compliant. Ladder is 16 inches with 12-inch steps on it. The roof ladder was also 16-inch with 12-inch steps. Has a safety climb. There are a couple places that it kinks. I think there's a better picture. You can kind of see where that cable goes up and where it's been whipping. It should have stanchions that hold the cable from whipping, and that keeps it from bending it. So I did recommend that we replace the cable and put the breakouts on it. It does have a locking security gate. It does not have the ladder or the ladder gate on it. So I am recommending the ladder gate for the ladder itself. Anchor bolts, you're into that category to where the paint isn't good enough to put an overcoat on. And by letting the paint get away from you, it'll cause degradation into the metal in different places. You're starting to see where even some of the bolts are starting to give way. It didn't look like anything is spun out yet, but we are seeing some metal loss in that nut. Foundations all did look good. And the wind rods look good. Here's the inside of your tower. You can see that the rust is starting to come through. It doesn't look like they did a full paint job. It looks like they just did a stripe coat the last time it was painted on the inside. There is not lead paint on this one. I had that paint tested because I didn't know if they were painted at the same time, if they might have some 81 tower should have had lead paint on it, but I did check it to make sure. See some of that paint is definitely given away inside the tower. Recommendations for the north tower is to add a new mixer, upgrade the riser access, upgrade the vent, replace the safety climb, add a ladder gate, interior blast and paint, and an exterior blast and paint with containment. Any questions on that tower? I mean, I went through this kind of fast. So,
You're fine.
Yeah.
That was the next part of this presentation is about an MP for trying to get the tower from getting into this much damage again. But it's not really, it's kind of pointless to talk about until we get the two towers up to speed. So I'm going to forego that and
Connor, did you have any questions for him? No? Okay.
We've sat through this one.
Okay.
We just wanted you guys to see it.
One I have for you, and I know we've talked about this, but we use about, it's like 75 or 80,000 gallons a day, right?
It's more, probably about 120,000.
Okay, so it's
Right in that area, yes.
Okay, so we're using half the water in one tank per day. So whenever we do this, because we're going to have to do it at some point, we just need to put our thoughts together on staging one tower we can run off the big tower, but when we do the big tower, we're gonna have to take it out of service.
Yeah.
For them to get inside, drain it, clean it, blast it. Other thing that we would be very high on is the tank by the school. Obviously, containment's gonna be high priority with an elementary school on the property. So that's.
and I did put that into
Mhm.
the numbers side of that.
Yep. And just from our standpoint as a community, it's like, that's gonna be one of our things that we're gonna watch.
You know,
Very close.
one of the things that we have to be careful with a parking lot for a school parking lot,
Yep.
even if they're out of session, you've still got teachers and so forth that are around those parking lots, and you got that house right there.
Yep.
Containment's becoming almost unless you're out in the middle of nowhere and there is nobody around, then
Yep.
you can kind of get away without it. But it's becoming more and more to where
And,
it ain't worth all of the claims that you have and all the risks and everything else.
yeah, and you guys are professionals and we trust you to do a good job if we hire you. But yeah, it's going to be one of our concerns or priorities, obviously, with proximity to town, especially the elementary school and kids.
Right.
And, yep. So, anything from anybody else?
Mm-mm.
Connor, Harvey, you got anything?
No.
Okay.
I would say this should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been approved back my last year on town council. But
Well, we're working on
I
avoiding,
didn't let it go to a vote, so.
we're working on avoiding neglect of systems. So we're bringing everything back to life, I guess you could say.
Basically, the last time they were painted, the information we had was the right paint was not used. The guy that did it was cheapest around, and he's nowhere to be found.
And that's one of the problems with a lot of the paint companies that do move around. Even if I use one of those guys, I'm a 110-year-old company that I'm going to stand behind my product and I'm going to take one of my own crews back over there and fix the problem, even if I do have a problem. So that is one of the benefits. I'm not the cheapest guy in the block, but I do like to think I'm one of the best. So not many of the paint companies that do maintenance are manufacturers as well. I have a lot of reputation on the line, not just this one paint job.
Can you, do you have a list of any other surrounding communities that have used your services to?
Yeah,
I do as well.
No?
Okay.
The other thing that I can bring to the table, which for the scheme of things isn't a lot, but we can look at spreading some of those costs out as far as what part of the job we do. So if we do the two things that are the most important is your interior paint. So if we do the interior paint on one tank 1 year and then spread those costs over a few years, and then on the next tank, do it the year after, get your inside tanks done, then we can spread that cost over like 5-6 years.
Interest-free, I might add.
Because I'm only doing part of the work and I'm collecting for it and I'm doing some more work and collecting for it. So I'm doing this interest-free over that time frame, trying to help you guys be able to choke it down. And then in the meantime, if we can find some kind of a grant to help with a frost-free vent or something like that, then you can put that into that budget and get your costs down some more. But that is one of the things that I can bring to the table as a 110-year-old company that does this full-time for a living. We have this kind of an advantage that we can try to help you with.
One other, so your manufacturers on your coatings, are they 10, 15, 20-year warranty? What do they offer?
Those aren't 10, 20-year warranties. Those are 10, 20-year paints.
Yep.
The problem with the 20-year paint is it costs more to put it on. And I think you've probably seen the price of some of those paints, and it costs more to take it off. The price of that whole paint job over 20 years is more expensive than putting a coat of paint on 10 to 12 years, putting an overcoat, 10 to 12 years, putting an overcoat,
Yep.
10 to 12 years, re-examine it and see where we're at. You can get 30 to 36 years before, and it's still not going to cost you a lot to blast it off. You end up with a lower cost and a better return on your investment. And you get bright, shiny paints put on every 10 to 12 years. That's what we do under our maintenance plan. That makes sense?
Yep.
We can do 20-year paints. We can spec it into the deal, but it has a higher cost and it'll have a higher cost when it comes off.
To remove, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's more mills to blast through.
Yes. And it'll attach in blotches. So it's the blotches trying to get it down to the near white metal that you end up in trouble. Just costs more.
Okay.
See, breaking it down into those smaller projects allows us to go after smaller funding each year.
Any other questions?
No, not for me.
My reason for being here tonight was to help educate
Mhm.
and to try to help in any other way that I can to get you to the next stage.
Mhm. Okay.
Definitely worth some more conversation on our end. So,
And again, I left you a card if there's any specific questions that come across you as you're driving down the road and you'd like to talk to me about it. I usually have a steering wheel in my hands. I can take a phone call pretty much all the time.
understood.
Hearing nothing else, I'll,
No, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Dan.
okay,
Appreciate it.
if something changes, please let me know and we'll go from there.
All right,
Good deal. Thank you.
thanks. You don't care if we move on while you
No, go
go
ahead.
down, okay?
You don't care if I move on?
Nope.
No, that's, go right ahead.
That's why we put you at the beginning, because you have to drive back home. He has really good company in his truck, though. His dad comes with him a lot.
Okay, that takes us to reports. Where's my marshal?
He was,
He's on the phone. Okay.
skip him.
We'll come back to him. Connor, you can be up.
Where do you want me to stand?
Just stand at the corner of the table while
Right
Stan's
there-
taking
right
the
there
stuff
by the,
down,
right there by the case. It's fine.
so the camera gets you. There you go.
So we have gotten through a lot of our big projects this week, and my team and myself I've been very satisfied with their work. So some of the projects that we have already taken care of, the well pump 6 is finally back and operational. All last week, it was being used as a test run. We had no issues with it. Service pump 2 has also been repaired. It actually had a hiccup that got fixed today, but that is taken care of now. It is running right now, and so far from about 10 o'clock this morning has been fully operational. The effluent at our wastewater treatment plant is actually finally cleaned out.
Good.
The phosphorus removal trial has also started as of last week. I take that back. It started Tuesday. We are in the process of finding out how much chemical we need to use to bring the phosphorus down. It is a trial and error right now, but we are having daily results and we expect it to be there by Monday. Some of the other things that we have is for the phosphorus removal, we actually managed to clean out the garage at the wastewater treatment plant. Had a whole hodgepodge of items in there. There was targets, bird cages, just anything you can imagine. But it is now clean, and it is right now the trial chemical room, but it is also ready to become the permanent chemical room.
Okay.
As our residents saw this week, they were smoke tested, which was a part of our wastewater treatment plant PER, and they finished up today. So we are waiting to get the results and everything, but from what I've heard from talking with the company, that they didn't really find anything too alarming. The other stuff that is big that we've been working on, sewer extension project has some updates. The project is close to completion. It has a projected startup sometime next week. The rough estimate would be the 26th, but something could always happen. It has already passed its pressure testing, and new customer packets are being put together here in the town hall to be picked up soon. The stuff that we are planning on working on here in the next month, getting ready for winter, because it's already fall somehow. Leaves are already falling and everything, and just get everything ready for that. We are also looking to buy a wood chipper. We get magazines delivered up here, and I happen to be reading one of them, and something I'm going to look into is that there is a wood chipper that'll turn the chipping into a type of cold patch. I don't know how it works. I have to find it again, but it is something that we saw and thought it was optimistic, so it does not hurt to look into. Some of the other stuff that we have on our plate coming up is we're going to prep the walls at the wastewater treatment plant to be painted, just get it all up to code and everything. And then one of the last items that we need to make the wastewater plant more up to date, we are going to be ordering 3 120 amp solenoids to set up a timer for the scum removal. So it will be automatically timed and you don't have to go out there manually turn on the valve. Some of the other big notes that we have is lot 17, that water pit we have over the past month. Not got much progress on it, to be honest. We are still awaiting an answer from Dolan, correct?
That's right. We followed up twice with emails. He just will not answer us.
Yes. Yeah. With water issues, at least in trees, we are also still in the progress of replacing the setter for lot 20. It is challenging because our company that we work with is extremely busy, but it is also a tough place to get in because the gas pit or their gas meter is really close to their water meter. So we don't want to do anything without getting that all taken care of because that's the last thing we need. Some of the other stuff that is the second pump at the Eastern Lift Station. Its quote got approved. It is actually it is awaiting parts with B&H Electric. We are looking into getting the fire hydrant reinstalled that was taken out earlier in the year.
Company that's busy.
Yeah, same company that is busy, unfortunately. And then the last thing that I have is, since it's also becoming wintertime, we are still in search of a skid steer plow combination, and we're utilizing Dylan Davidson for recommendations on that. With that, I will see if y'all have any questions.
No, good report.
Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Back to
Marshall?
you.
Back to
You
you.
guys got a copy of the report? August was a long month. Despite the rumors flying around, I don't have cancer. I didn't have a stroke. I didn't have anything. I don't know what the hell I had, pneumonia, I think. But it was a very, very, very long month, but doing a lot better now. Slowly getting back into the swing of things, feeling better. I'm able to breathe at least, and I'm still smoking, so evidently it wasn't that bad.
I'm willing to try home remedies, but
Activity report. I want to thank Zach Powell for a lot of this activity because yours truly did not do nothing. I would come out, tried to stay away from people. Cheryl will tell you that. I just tried to keep away from people. I'd come out, come to the office, do some paperwork, catch up on some stuff, answer some calls that they might have when nobody was on, come up, take care of the call, and just stay the hell away because I don't know what I had. Rumor has it there was a new stem of COVID or something like that. I don't know what it was. All I know is I was miserable and I don't wish it on my ex-wife. So it was rough. So yes, I did do some stuff, not all of us, but Zach definitely carried the load. So to go down your list with Marshall, that's not on the list is no, I have not settled with the insurance company yet. No, I have not talked to Batesville City Court yet. No, I have not done everything I told you I was going to do at the last month's meeting. I didn't do. So we do have that. So
you did get well.
yeah, I did get well. So this next month's going to be a busy month. I will tell you guys, I wasn't going to say anything to you guys, but just in case Rumorville starts talking, because there's a lot of areas looking. I did have a conference call with a company called Flock Safety today. So if you guys get bored and you want to Google Flock, Flock Safety, and read up on it. Had a very good conversation with them, had a good conversation with the sheriff about it. It's something that we're looking into. It was kind of like body cameras. You don't think you can afford it. And then after you look at it, you're like, wow, that's cheap. Not cheap, but fairly priced, you know. And it solves a lot of issues that we have with our park and camera systems and stuff like that in town. That'll help us dramatically, not just
Make us put on.
see the crime happen, but be able to identify license plates and possibly even faces. So they're going to meet with Batesville Chief and Ripley Counties next week, and then we're all going to sit back down at the table and talk numbers. I'm going to have the clerk treasurer set in with me on the talking numbers just so she can jot numbers down. She knows more about the numbers than I do. Then after that, I'll probably get with John Kellerman to see on the legality of it with the prosecutor's office and everything. That's why I'm kind of waiting on the sheriff and Batesville police chief. Well, the prosecutor says, yeah, that's a good idea. Then I'm like, I made it. But so I'll have all the T's crossed, I's dotted. like we usually do when we bring something to you guys to consider doing. But just in case you hear any rumors, that is a fact. It's exciting. Lawrenceburg's got it. Greensburg's got it. A lot of places have it, but there are also, I'm sure with everything in life, just like our body cameras, there comes a legality part of it that I want to make sure we're covered on. Other than that, nothing new. I will do my damnness for you guys to get with Batesville City Court and definitely get this insurance claim settled and done and over with and check in the mail so we can clear that off of our table too.
Okay,
Guys, no,
you're sick.
I'll help you too now that the main.
It began an emotional
budget part
month.
is over.
It began an emotional month, and then it was kind of like, come on, honey, let's get out of town. It was like, as soon as the plane landed back, every time I fly, I get congested for some reason. But I'm like, oh, that's one day. I'll feel better tomorrow. Negative, it got
Yeah.
worse. Cheryl, I'd walk in and she'd be like, she's
Stay
dropping
back
home
there.
she's dropping home remedies off, and I'm like, give it here, I'll drink it.
Yeah, he did do it.
They also got me down for
I mean,
ordinance violations. He done to me tonight what I've done to him all last month. No call, no show. So I do not have a ordinance report. I don't, I'm kind of concerned. I'm getting ready to call him because usually he at least calls me. So I don't know if it slipped his mind that this was board meeting or what. So I don't know. What I can have him do is I can have him email a report to town council and clerk treasurer so she can add it to the minutes if that's okay.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank
Did
you.
Morgan start her classes?
No, not yet. It just got, did you pay it today?
no,
The contract just.
I just got it this afternoon, so we'll issue the check probably Saturday or Monday.
Okay,
I will say that in case you guys didn't notice, big famous Morgan made it to the newspaper.
I was gonna bring that, yeah.
Front page. We've actually had a lot of very, very good comments about it from other departments and from other people. One of the state detectives was talking to me about it and how well that he thinks it is and everything else. And there has been some officers that have utilized her also. So
Good.
I think the more she gets out there, the more she gets to know these people and the more they realize it's somebody that they can trust.
Mm-hmm,
I think she'll be utilized even more. So that has taken off a little bit.
good.
So.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Cheryl, the
All
clerk,
right,
the
meeting
clerk is
minutes.
next.
Meeting minutes from 8/21, which is the last public meeting. And from our working meeting for the budget on,
Tuesday.
I thought I reprinted that. Great. I did reprint it, but I have the old one here as well. Oh, I'm just gonna put a line through it and change it to 16.
We can initial it and go on.
And
How did the walk go?
it went good as far
Right
as
to
I
work.
know.
5K,
Yeah,
pretty good.
Utility adjustment, we had one for $595.15. It was L&R property, and Connor approved it based on the fact that he was there and saw it. And it was fixed by Dobson Plumbing.
good job, Harvey.
That water break over there by L&R. You don't remember?
All my days are running.
Okay. APB register,
Others run out.
so this number is inflated because it includes the money that we get from, so Ready issues me a check of like 200 and something thousand. We deposit it and then we issue a check out to Lycans. So this is a very inflated number because of the sewer extension project. So $437,448.96. And I gave Randy the certified payroll. And then I was hoping we could have a discussion on generating some local tax to take place of this edit, local road and street. The legislature changed and it allows towns, I think for the first time ever, to have a local income tax.
That's true. the, one of the, my understanding, or it's very clear to me, I guess, based on the statute, that both counties and municipalities can have their income tax. There's a cap on the total amount that the county and the municipality combined can tax, and it's 2.9%. Ripley County has a county tax of 2.38%. So that would leave a maximum total for us of 0.52%. The,
Oh, so it's combined.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not understand that.
so it's not nothing, but it's
Right.
also not very much.
Everything.
Just to give you some perspective there, you've been paying 3.05% to the state for many years. That is being dropped to from 3.05% to 3%. So, 0.05% less is being sent to the state. But, so, there's something there.
Mhm.
One of the things that's not 100% clear to me is exactly when municipalities can make these changes. Counties can do it in January or October. I didn't realize that I was going to get asked this question. So I've been sitting here trying to figure it out. I'm not sure if that applies to municipalities too or not. I'm trying to figure that out yet. It could be that we can only do it once a year.
Okay.
It's definitely something to think about. Or any other way to generate a little bit of revenue, especially for our roads and streets, because that was already very, very tight. And we're bringing nothing in for 2026 for roads and streets. I don't know if it's a possibility to establish, like I know a lot of towns will have like water, sewer, and stormwater, water, sewer, street department.
Like a combined one?
No, they actually have to establish either a stormwater or a street department
Right. That's what I was going
and
to say.
then do the local tax.
A lot of towns have street departments that also do storm. Batesville does that. for
Okay,
example.
so stormwater and street.
Yeah.
And you just have to establish a fund, establish an ordinance to do that, accomplish that?
I don't know. I'll have to
Okay.
check.
Thank you.
I don't want to misspeak.
You're not going to see a whole lot of effects for 2026 because it stops coming in then, but you are going to see hardship in 2027. And I've been talking with a lot of other clerk treasurers that are like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you have a lot of connections, Randy does. I know you talk to a lot of people from the county, Carol. See what they're doing to compensate for the cuts. Sure could use some ideas because
Well,
I mean, that's what buys our salt, you
Mhm.
know,
yeah.
fuel,
Okay.
and just all kinds of things, any kind of the cold patch.
Congressman, make it.
Yeah, I know.
So what are you saying? The towns and counties are all, what is something that cut that?
Yeah, the legislature, you can explain it better, but I know we're not taking in tax money for economic development anymore or local road and street or CCI. So all three like gone, and they weren't huge, but they were enough to cover, like we were talking about, salt for the roads and fuel for the vehicles during that time, and cold patch and any kind of repairs that we had to make. Or it could be used as co-funding to bigger repairs. And we have motor vehicle highway, but that again is small as well. And half of it is restricted. It only can be for almost like new roads.
Yeah,
It can't be used to fill potholes or get salt
can't be used for
or,
maintenance. It can be
Right.
Used for reconstruction,
Capital projects, basically.
construction.
so that small puddle just got a lot smaller. So we're asking John, is there a way we can do a local income tax? A small one, but just something to compensate for that loss.
Okay. Well,
Sounds like
that's fine.
we're gonna table until we
Yeah,
get
we'll
some more
table that.
intel from
Definitely.
the colleague to my right down there.
We need more information.
Any motion to table?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to table. We need more information.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
You're welcome.
I actually have one more question.
Okay.
So the 2.38 that the county has, 0.5% that we could get, doesn't have to be divided up amongst the municipalities, does it?
I don't think so.
Okay,
No, I think each, like
because if it did, then it would get,
Milan can charge their own 0.5% to their Milan residents and
okay.
so forth.
I didn't know if the first one to go get it was,
No.
Yeah. Let's go.
The other thing I guess I would say is I'm basing that number for Ripley County on what they get turned into the state for 2025. I don't know exactly what it is for 2026.
okay. So projection,
Yes.
got it. Okay. Okay, that takes us to old business. And we were talking about job descriptions for property manager and utility manager.
Yeah, I know you probably want to take it home. I didn't get it to you as quickly as possible, but I just wanted the record to show that we did give them to you. They're with my girl at AIM now too. She always has great recommendations, so I'll be looking forward. And which I get that back from her, I'll forward that email to you guys.
Okay.
But I think it splits it up pretty nicely. And the summary on both basically says you two need to work together every day to get these things done
Mm-hmm.
underneath the certified operators.
Okay.
And I know that'll change in a couple of years, but
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll look for more,
I put Halloween on here.
look for more information on that.
Well, our next meeting is not till the 16th, and you know that phone's gonna be blowing up about Halloween. So,
So new business, Halloween.
oh, sorry.
What day is that? fall?
Halloween always falls on 10/31.
Mhm,
And
Well,
it
I knew
always,
that.
and it always falls from 6 to 8 PM.
mhm. But your
Basically.
old ordinance says it's established by the council
Council.
It's on-
every year.
It's on a Friday this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in the past, sometimes people say, oh, people.
School night.
Oh, I don't want it to be on.
Well, last year, due to some impending hurricane that never showed up, I got my email and my phone blowed up for 3 hours because we didn't change it in the name of safety. And then we were fine. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
a stalwart on this. Halloween's always 10/31 from 6 to 8. That's what I trick or treated when I was 5 years old, and I still trick or treat now.
I just trick.
You don't want an extra hour?
8 o'clock's plenty late enough.
School, it's on a Friday night.
And if you do it before 6, it's still daylight out. So then I don't get scared.
On the street.
Mark
lights
your
on for you.
calendars. We're gonna
Alright.
meet
So
up at
if
the
I-
end of
if I-
Maple.
If I make one motion here tonight, I'm going to say I'm going to motion that it's 10/31 from 6 to 8.
I'll second it.
There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, Wi-Fi service quote for the park.
Yes, so that, the Great Plains put in a free Wi-Fi spot, but it's only from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. It does shut off at night, so we need to have a hookup for the cameras to continue to work. That is less than half the price they gave us because it was the community park.
That's like when you used to have to call someone after 9 o'clock. So you didn't get charged
Yeah.
10 cents a minute or whatever it was.
So, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
We meet on our cell phone.
So when we pay for this with the park money,
Yeah, monthly.
it's going to come out of their telephone is basically how we pay all of our Wi-Fi. But the general fund will share that with them because it runs the cameras at the garage as well. So it's not going to hurt as much as we thought the park budget for 2026.
Have we reached out to Mike or someone in GPI?
For Wi-Fi? No, I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
Right now you have a sponsor still.
Okay, she's still on. Okay,
Mhm.
okay.
So I
thought we
need
could-
permission to sign that,
Has-
approve that quote for the Wi-Fi, please.
I'll make a motion to get the quote,
Approve the quote.
approve the quote. Sorry.
Keep video footage on the property.
Yeah.
I'm sure the marshal will appreciate that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Next item is disposal of property, roller and farmer scale.
You want to talk about this, Connor? Come on up. It's stuff that's sitting around that they don't use and it's worth money.
Okay. Remind me to ask you a question about that. The video.
So, sorry, I didn't interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Good.
We have some, like Cheryl said, there are some old items that have just been sitting around collecting dust, taking up space. There is best way to explain it is a Tonka roller. It just, I guess they used it for the cold patch back in the day instead of tamping it. It's outdated, it's slow, and it runs, but I'd say its max speed is about 3 miles per hour. It is not a logical thing for us to be able to use. It is too heavy to carry anywhere, and to drive it to where we would need to would take a long time. There-
Yes, Mom.
Yeah.
From what I've seen around town, she's getting around with her scooter. But the other items that we're looking to sell put up for bid is there's one that is not listed on there. I was talking with Jason
Sorry
Combs.
about that, yeah.
You are fine. I forgot to mention it to you. In the progress of cleaning up the garage at the wastewater plant, we found 250-gallon high pressure water tanks that are not being used, obviously, because they've been sitting in a room for nobody knows how long. And the third item we were looking at, in one of the wells, I don't know what it is. Joseph knew all about it. He's the one that brought it up to Cheryl. It is an old farmer scale that I don't know what they used it for. I don't know why it's in there, but it is sat in this well and it's apparently worth something. So they were wanting to bring it up here and do a blind bid for whoever wanted it or whatever, and potentially raise some extra funds for.
How big is it? And then,
This is like was there a name on it or anything?
I haven't looked at it that closely, to be honest. I can provide pictures by the next meeting or whatever we want to.
could be Ruth Reilly's.
It's probably, I'm thinking the name on the old scales was always Morse. It was like MORSE.
I believe he has mentioned that, yes.
Yeah.
Do
Yes.
you know what they used it for, Harvey?
Probably weighing chemicals that they were dumping in the well or.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But looks great because it's just been sitting in a enclosed like little house.
Mhm.
And it's funny enough I don't think I should say that, where it's located.
Yeah.
But
That else will put it in the museum, I guess, huh?
yeah, it's in great shape.
We could just lie and say it was Ruth Reilly's.
But I believe that is all the items that we have looked around at.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can, I guess, take pictures and put it on the
We can
website.
gather all the information and do what we did with the rest, take bids.
Same as we did with dilapidated vehicles.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
take it to the auction barn.
We didn't know if we could just open the garage and have a garage sale.
Mm,
It would be so nice if we could though, wouldn't it?
yeah, I'd say some people.
So do you want us to prepare like
What is
like
marketing
info
used
pages for it and pictures?
I don't know. Out there, who knows?
Are they like portable pressure washers or something?
I'm guessing if they're 150-gallon water tanks, I'm guessing they're just poly tanks or possibly steel that they might have used to store.
Would the color matter? They're like a.
Won't fit in
blue,
my
aren't
garage.
they?
I don't care how big it is.
Those tanks, are they blue?
They're silver.
Oh, they're silver.
Are they poly or are they metal?
Metal.
Okay, so they're like stainless then?
Yeah.
Okay.
They are just 150-gallon high pressure stainless steel water tanks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Put it.
Funny enough, that picture on your desk there should have them in it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Right there.
Oh, holy cow.
There's two of them.
So they're not portable, obviously.
No, and they're definitely not poly.
They're empty. They're very light.
That's good.
Yeah,
We don't have to call the EPA then.
What, they fill at the top?
I see the channel.
I believe.
Okay, probably maybe town Facebook page or something, get some better photos and find some stuff and post it. So we need to make a motion to accept bids on the property depicted by Mr. Getz here.
I'll make a motion to wheel and deal with the yard sale items.
I'll second it.
So does that mean like we can go ahead and get it ready and advertise it and hopefully be able to open by next meeting?
Mhm.
You think that's reasonable?
That is reasonable.
Okay, we have a lot going on, so I'm just, don't want to put more on your plate.
Okay. That takes us to comments from the floor. One statement I would like, we've already talked about it, just kind of putting a feeler out there, but we are gonna try to set up and continue our talks on annexing some places. We'll probably have a public forum, broadcast it out to everybody and get a date discussed here once we get a little further along. We've gotten mixed results on some of it. But would like to have an open forum and everybody come in and talk about it, who's interested and not interested. Then we can investigate the further pursuing of that process. If I remember correctly, Michael was saying something last week about, wasn't he talking to Tad about getting us as a step in permit review?
Mhm.
Have we had any conversation with him?
The last I heard is he was taking it to their commissioners and then he would get back with us.
Okay. So we probably haven't had a commissioners meeting or anything yet.
Yeah, Tad has to take it, he has to get it approved by them and then it'll come to us.
Okay. And then the only other thing I was asking, any news out of the park lately? Are we working on appointing a new head of the board?
We just said, since it's the end of the year, I would take over president since I was vice president.
Okay.
And, Tricia would do, keep her spot.
Okay.
Michael would take over vice president. Then at the beginning of the year,
Reconvene.
yes.
Okay.
So, but they need to take a vote because I can't change their roles on the salary ordinance unless I have minutes
Yeah, vote.
with that vote. Yes. You have to have a vote.
Sounds good.
All righty. Any other comments from the floor?
Yeah, because you're changing your pay from vice president to president. So all your members need to vote on it. Change of pay.
All right.
What other thing did you say? Annexation park and,
Micah.
and then, oh yeah, the permit process. Thank you.
All right.
Okay. I'll let you know.
Second.
7:48.
Good evening, folks.
Thank you for everything.